What's up, everybody? We got another non-nerdy review today, and that's Dumb Money, a movie I've been looking forward to all summer, and it did not disappoint. Much like Oppenheimer and Gran Turismo, there can't really be spoilers for this movie because it's based on a true story, but if you want to wait till you've seen the movie for this, I get it, and I hope you come on back to this video whenever that is. Let's start just talking about this story. This is going to be a brief section, just a broad overview looking into what goes on during this movie. So it all starts with Keith Gill putting all of he and his wife's savings into GameStop stock. Everybody calls him crazy, but he's confident, and Caroline, his wife, is by his side. He's a streamer, and this is a stock he picks to promote, I guess I'll say. I'm not really sure how to put it, but we'll say he mentions it as the stock he likes, which is what they say in the movie, and this leads to more and more people buying in as it keeps going up. The big suits aren't too worried at first, but it gets to a point where they can't ignore it anymore, so they cut off the buy-ins, and this is when things take a turn for the worse. Keith Gill, Ken Griffin, Gabe Plotkin, and Vlad Teniv testified to the U.S. Congress, and it seemed everyone got off good. I may have missed something here, so if I'm wrong, let me know down in the comments below. And that's pretty much the gist of the story. Like I said, it's based on a true story that took place just a couple years ago during the pandemic. And even as someone who isn't into stock and trading and all of that, I thought this was intriguing. But what really worked in this movie was the comedy. Don't get me wrong, I thought it was a well-balanced movie in terms of the comedy and the serious moments for the story, but the timing of the comedic bits made them so much better. They used a lot of real-world things and trends, memes, and all that brilliantly, and I couldn't stop laughing. You've got Marcus, who's played by Anthony Ramos, doing the savage TikTok dance. That stood out as probably the best moment of the movie both times he did it. Then the bit from the trailer where Gil, who's Paul Dano, is talking about how many millions he's making and how rich they are. And then Plotkin, who's Seth Rogen, is talking about how many billions he's losing, gives a good chuckle. And I lied before, actually. The Savage Dance, while really great, is not the best scene. The final scene of the movie is maybe the funniest scene of the year as Pete Davidson and Paul Dano run naked through lightning. That comedy wouldn't be what it was without the cast, and it's a big list I gotta run through because there were a lot of really good and great performances. Paul Dano was the absolute perfect pick to lead this cast as he continues to rise in stardom. I mean, he was absolutely incredible. He's hilarious while he's streaming, and the emotion he brings when things go south is very impressive. Pete Davidson kills it as his brother, and he's really just being himself here, but his timing's impeccable, and Pete himself is hilarious. Vincent D'Onofrio delivers a charismatic performance as Steve Cohen, who as a baseball fan I was really excited to see. America Ferrera was shockingly really good. I'm usually not a fan of her performances, but I thought this one was so good, and she just brought that key balance in her role as Jenny, taking more of the serious side of this story, as she's a single mom, and this means a lot to her financially. Then we kind of see a different role for Seth Rogen here, as he's still got that comedic undertone, but I was impressed by him delivering some very genuine moments here and not turning them into his iconic Seth Rogen style, which I'm not. I love that, but it was really refreshing to see. Sebastian Stan is hilarious as Vlad Teniv, kind of being the arrogant leader of a company, but he doesn't really know what's going on at his company. His scenes towards the end were really good as he stumbles over his words during interviews and while he testifies. And then Clancy Brown pops up out of absolutely nowhere as Paul Dano's dad, and holy shit, this was a pleasant surprise. I don't even have to say anything else. Like, all you need to know, Clancy Brown is in the movie. Dude's a legend. Then there were some other performances that were still good, so I'll rattle them off really quick. You've got Nick Offerman, he just didn't have a ton to do. Anthony Ramos was good in his limited role. Like I said, that dance was hilarious. Shailene Woodley, I hope I said that right, was solid as Dano's wife. Larry Owens was funny in his limited role in the hospital, and Dave Portnoy comes in with the cameo of the year, interviewing Sebastian Stan's character. I really enjoyed this movie, and I think it would be a big mistake if you don't go see it when it hits theaters near you, whether that be this weekend or next weekend. Go check this movie out. You won't be disappointed. But if you're here having seen the movie, as always, let me know what you thought about it, and what you would rate it down in the comments below, and make sure you have a great day.